Yo! I've done a lot of movie reviews on this channel, and I've been doing more and more than I used to. So I thought I'd go ahead and explain to you guys how I do my movie scoring and everything, and you guys can tell me how you do yours too. But yeah, I thought this would be a quick, easy video to make, and it would be pretty fun, pretty demure, pretty mindful. But yeah, let's go ahead and start with well, the scoring I do is 1 out of 10. I know some people do 1 out of 5 and stuff, but I do a 1 out of 10. So let's start with 1, which is its own thing. And 1 is the basic way that I'm going to explain it in this video is I have the worst of the worst in 1. This is the only movie I can think of as of right this second that is 1 for me is Things. This is a movie from the 80s. It was made by a whole bunch of dudes that are just friends. It is absolute garbage. It is boring and horribly made. Not even that many good gore effects. They hired a porn star from the 70s, from the 80s, obviously, but they didn't even have her do anything like actual porn. They had her be just a news broadcaster. That's a weird way to interconnect the stories and everything, and it's just really stupid. And she's the best actor in this movie. Oh, she's a porn star, and she's the best actor. This movie's garbage. Even the effects aren't like some effects are bad, but still, funny or like you can tell effort was put into it. This is just garbage. This movie is actually awful. If you want to see me do a full review of it, I will later. I guess I'll have to bring myself to rewatch it, but God, that would be awful. Okay, let's go on to the next part of it, which is 2, 3, and 4. All of these are basically the same for me, except, well, I'll explain it whenever I show you the movie. The movie is Cobweb. Cobweb is a 4 out of 10 for me. Now, 2, 3, and 4 are basically the same type of movie. They're the same type of enjoyment for me, but it slowly goes lower with the writing, acting, everything that compiles it. So a 2 out of 10 will probably be pretty close to the same enjoyment level as a 4 out of 10 or something like that, but it's just not good. Now, a 4 out of 10 with Cobweb. It was a good movie up until the halfway point where it revealed the twist, and I'm not gonna spoil it here, but it ruined the movie for me. It was not good whatsoever. The twist was not good, and then the second half of the movie was just not enjoyable to me whatsoever, just because I hated the twist. If you want to see me do a whole review for this, comment and I'll do a whole review. I'm just blazing through these really fast just to explain what the scoring is. And then the next one we have is 5 out of 10. And the best explanation for what a 5 out of 10 movie for me is probably Books of Blood from Hulu. I love all of the volumes of Books of Blood, amazing stories, but the Books of Blood movie was enjoyable but not good, if you know what I mean. Like, I enjoyed watching it, but it was not extremely well made or anything like that. There wasn't any standout scenes or anything like that. It was kind of just I enjoyed watching it, but it was pretty forgettable, and that's basically what that is to me. It's good, but it's forgettable, or it's good, but it's not quite up to really good, which is what the next part that I'm going to talk about is, which is 6 and 7. 6 and 7 go together kind of like 2, 3, and 4 do, except to a lesser degree. 6 and 7 can be pretty close, actually, really close. This movie, Ginger Dead Man, I did a review over it already and gave it a 6.5 out of 10. I said that it was fun and it was a pretty pretty good movie, but it wasn't good enough to be a 7 or an 8. Now, it is really close because it's 6.5, but the 7 out of 10 that I have here is Black Roses. Now, this movie is a marked improvement whenever it comes to story, acting, basically everything, but it's still only a 7 out of 10 because it's not as good as something that an 8 out of 10 or something like that would have been. Now, I think that 6 and 7 out of 10s probably they only get a 6 and 7 out of 10, but they would most likely be closer to the top of like my favorite movies in general type of list. I think a lot of the movies that I have reviewed are on that list just because I like reviewing movies that I like. And most of those movies, unless they're in like my top 5 or something, fall into the next layer or level, whatever, the next number, which is 8, obviously. Now, 8 is all on its own, and I think the best movie to really accentuate what an 8 is for me is Furiosa. I did a review over this movie, and a lot of the reviews, most of the reviews on my channel for movies, have been an 8 or 8.5 out of 10 because, well, I'll explain it whenever I get to the 9 and 10. But, I think that Furiosa basically explains what an 8 out of 10 for me is. It's a really fun time, well made, and the acting is good, but it just does not hit the peaks of what a 9 and 10 would be. But it is fun. It's just a fun time, and it's something that I could watch multiple times and usually not be bored of it unless I watch it like every day, you know what I mean? That type of stuff. Now, on to 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 is a movie that I also did a review of and a live watch through, I guess is what it is what I posted. It wasn't an actual live stream or anything because I couldn't figure out how to live stream it, but it was fun nonetheless. It's on the movie reviews playlist if you want to see that too. All of these are, except the ones that I said I haven't reviewed yet. Now, this is a 9 out of 10 movie, Gamera, Guardian of the Universe. If you haven't seen this, you should definitely go and watch this. This movie is definitely amazing, well made, well written. The effects are absolutely amazing. Everything about it is almost perfect, but I do not think that it broke the 10 out of 10 level. I think 8, 9, and 10 have the most stark differences. So a 9 out of 10 is leagues above an 8 out of 10, and a 10 out of 10 is leagues above a 9 out of 10, to me at least. And I think that 1 is by itself, 2, 3, and 4 are really close, 5 is something all of its own, and 6 and 7 are really close. So these are the only 3 that are really, like, starkly different. Like, these are extremely different circumstances. But I think 8 and 9 and 10 are all just great films. I think the best way to explain it is 8 is a great film, 9 is almost perfect, and then 10 is just the most perfect movie I've ever seen, which is actually, I only have 2 movies that are 10 out of 10 on my channel right now, and 1 that is 9.5 out of 10. And that one's pretty close to 10, but didn't break the barrier, just like Gamera Guardian of the Universe. I think 10 out of 10 is just something saved for movies that I truly, truly love, like The Thing, which is my favorite movie of all time. I talked about it in a whole bunch of videos. I did a full-on review of it that was like 35 minutes long. It's an amazing film, and one of my favorite horror film and regular film in general. I think the only other 10 out of 10 film that I've reviewed is Ultraman Rising. I know not very many people are going to agree with me on that, but I think Ultraman Rising gave me everything I wanted, so it was a 10 out of 10 too. These are basically films that are absolutely perfect. I do not think they're, well, there may be one thing that could be changed, like in total. That's all it can have to be a 10 out of 10 for me. But I think that 10 out of 10 is like as close to perfect as you can get without having God himself come down here and touch a film with his greasy little finger and just make it, as truly perfect. But I mean, I think The Thing is absolutely perfect. Like, I don't think there's anything you can add or take away to make it better. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video to go ahead and, I don't know, just discuss with you how I rate my movies and stuff, because I'm planning on, doing more movie reviews and just stuff like that. And it's October, so I'm probably going to do a whole bunch of horror movie reviews. I'm actually planning on doing one for a movie called Sting tomorrow. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and tell you guys what type of, like, rating system I use and how I do it. And I wanted to talk about some movies that I haven't reviewed yet, but I still either like or hate. Things, like I said, is one of the worst movie ever made. I think it's still on Shudder. If you want to watch it, it's on there. I think it was on Tubi for a little bit. So yeah, go and watch that if you want to hate your life for a little bit. Gamera Guardian of the Universe, definitely go and check that out. And The Thing is, like I said, my favorite movie of all time. And like I said, I have a movie review for, well, 5 out of the 8 that I did for this. I just had to count it. Oof, not very good at math. But yeah, I got a review for 5 out of the 8 of these movies that I brought up in this video. So go and check those out if you want to. And comment any movies that you think I should review. Tell me how you rate movies, or if you even do. I know a lot of people are just like, if it's good, It's good. That's how I am with rating music. Like I said, whenever I rated that one album. Uh, but yeah, yeah. Tell me what your favorite movie is. I guess that's the question of this video is, what's your favorite movie? But yeah, tell me what you think about this video, and see ya.